Have you ever gone for a wedding where the bride and groom were absent? I went for my very first one. So apparently, bride and groom are outside the country, and I think they must have thought of the cost of coming all the way to do this wedding. So instead of coming home, they sent the money over for the wedding to be performed on their behalf. I think this is becoming a trend in Nigeria, Sha. Because if they venture to step with their feet in Nigeria in the name of coming for a wedding, everybody will draw them from left, right, and center. So the best thing to do is to just send the money over and rest their case. I have never attended such a wedding before, though, so I was very excited to be invited for one. I was also very excited that the venue was in Agbor, outside my base in Asaba. As a young single lady, I loved visiting Agbor because one of my aunties stays and her house was open to me anytime I chose it. Anytime I was bored in Asaba where I stay, a house was definitely my destination. But marriage changed all that for me. As soon as I got married, I got caught up with marriage activities. Trying to couple that with my business was a chore. Before long, I got pregnant, and that was the end of my Agbor rendezvous. So imagine my excitement when my husband comes back and tells me that we have a wedding in Agbor. This means I get to play dress up. It's been a long time I played dress up, and I am going to see my auntie. We woke up early and got ready, but we had to wait for one of my husband's friends that was coming from Oka. To sweeten this whole thing, we decided to take this as a mini vacation. We were going to be in Agbor for 2 whole days. My husband has 3 close friends, and we're invited for this wedding by one of them, who happens to be the brother of the groom, which means we're going for this wedding as an entourage of 3 families. One of his friends and his family were at our back, while the other said he was coming later. At this point, we were already at the venue. We had already got into our hotel, settled in, and changed into our party clothes. Of course, the rain was pouring, and I was just grateful to God that I decided to touch my face before leaving Asaba, because when we got to Agbor, the last thing on my mind was to do anything on my face. We got to the reception at some minutes past 3, and the reception hadn't even started, but the hall was already filled to the brim. Agbor people and party, sha. But as the VIP guests that we were, it was easy to find our table because it has been reserved for us. Okay, let's get this party started. But first, the opening prayer.
The parents of the groom should get ready to join us in this arena officially.
Let's give it up for this little man who happens to be my son. This nigga is always a vibe, a breath of fresh air, and I'm so grateful to God that he is my son. He is having a time of his life, and I'm so happy for him. Anyway, back to the wedding. I wasn't quite sure how the church wedding went, if there was even a church wedding. But this second aspect seemed more like an announcement that these 2 people and these 2 families were now married. So even if their children were not around and were not present at the wedding, the whole community needed to know that these 2 people are now married and off the market.
Please stop the music.
After the performances, most of the things that the children would have done, their parents did it on their behalf. The biography of the couple were read by their family members, and other activities followed. From this point, my attention span dwindled. I was no longer paying attention because I was now very hungry. We left Asaba early, and I didn't get the chance to eat anything before leaving the house. Our intention was to get to Agbor on time and get to the reception ground on time too. But by the time we got to Agbor, the rain was falling, and before we were ushered into our hotel room, it took time. Of course, checkout time is 12 p.m. We got there before 11 and had to wait for the people that were currently occupying our hotel rooms to leave. When they checked out, of course, the room had to be cleaned, and that ate into our time. The food finally got to me, and I devoured it like the hungry person I was. Immediately food was served and souvenir distributed. The hall was empty. And they were not even done with the activities for the day. Oh. Of course, we were sleeping over, so we were in no hurry to leave. We had to wait for all the activities to be exhausted. Finally, dance, dance, dance. Omo, this DJ did not come to play. Because we came late, I couldn't do a video of how the banner looked like. And when everybody had left the hall, I finally got the chance to do that. Ah, I was seeing the couple for the very first time and they looked good together. Their wedding ceremony was very beautiful and colorful, and I just low-key wish that they were around to witness it themselves. Anyway, back to the DJ. Of course, my son and his father. My son is a left-handed, left everything person, and just loves playing football. Wherever he sees football, anything that looks like football, anything he can actually kick, best believe he's going to kick it. You people should better come and start farming me, because my son may be the future Ronaldo.
Your voice is very faint. Could you please my name is. Wow, that's why we're having the issue. What's you want to say your name is?
Hi. That is like.
Son of man. Where are you calling from?
Say hi. Today was Sunday and we had been indoors all day, sleeping off the exhaustion of the day before. Now that it was evening, we decided to go out and look around. Our host had told us from the hotel that we will not see any good place to hang out, being that today was Sunday and Agbor shuts down on Sunday to resume on Monday. According to him, Monday to Saturday, Agbor is very lively, but on Sunday, everybody goes to rest. We were not having any of that though. We did not come to Agbor to sleep. We insisted on going to town, and after much driving around, we found a spot. Hiya. They're coming. See the people. You're under arrest. Say hi to my camera. Hi. Say hi. Move yourself. Ewo. Agbor. Blaka. Yeah. I'm compiling it now. Oh, it's not good though. No. Eh? Okay, I'm coming. This is our joint, eh? It's joint, you know. How am I sitting? Sorry. Me, I'll be there before you begin. Come up now.
I'm only for house. I'm only for house now.
You don't fall out. It's a falling battle. Monday came too soon. Was it not just yesterday we were packing our bags and headed to Agbor? And just like that, our 2 days vacation was over. We had bought bread the night before. The intention was that that would serve as our morning food, and that was exactly what we ate in the morning. When we were ready to move, we decided that we needed to eat before leaving. Our host took us to yet another joint and we got something to eat. I had been purging since the night of the wedding. I wasn't confident enough that my stomach would behave itself, so I asked them to pack my food instead. I wasn't about to stop anybody on the road that I wanted to do the number 2. Besides, I wasn't even the one that was seated here. I had a client that was coming in for a birthday makeup glam and I just wanted us to hit the road already. The intention was that I would glam her and then I would create content for her as well. I had told her 2 p.m. and it was already past 1. After all said and done, we're finally done and we hit the road. Thankfully, I got to the studio before her. I would have added some of the exempts here, but I don't want this video to be flagged for copyright, so I'm just going to post them as a short. Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.